What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, the hero path for Leonardo is finally live in game. In today's video, we're gonna have a full breakdown of the event. We're gonna see how costly it is, and of course, I'm finally grateful that this freaking event is on, and we're not gonna see anything about it for a long time. Hopefully never again. I feel like this TMNT collaboration was a good event, but then it was just painful. Either way, let's quickly talk about these guys. So we have the Swordmaster path event, sorry. Get artifacts, summon champions. That's basically the main deal in here. This is how many points you are getting per shard. 4,500 for a sacred, 1,800 for a primal, 750 for a void, 300 for an ancient. And for the gear, we have pretty much the standard, if I'm not mistaken. We need to go basically down on the left path to collect Leonardo. Okay. If you want to get a soul, you're gonna have to go down on the right side, but you will have to collect these middle keys. The good thing about it is that they're not going to be extremely expensive to get the keys, which is actually pretty damn good. Now we're gonna do a full breakdown, as I was saying. If you want to get only one of them, if you want to get the champion, right? Let's start with that directly. We're gonna see exactly what the cost is. Right here it says 80,000 points for Leonardo, 50,000 for the soul. Of course, it does depend how many other things we are required to pick in the process. Just by looking at it on the first glance, it doesn't seem like crazy expensive, okay? I'm not saying it's like extremely easy to get it or anything like that, but it doesn't seem like they went overboard to put a stupid cost behind it, okay? Even though it might seem like 80,000 points to get him, if you're looking at the rest, is not as crazy, okay? It is a bit more expensive than usually, but it's not like Roxanne, which was freaking 30 plus sacred shards to get a trash champion. So, you're gonna start from the very top. Let's actually put it right here on the paper. I'm actually gonna move this on the side, and I'm gonna bring it back. So you need 500 points. You need 1,000 to go down right here. We're gonna talk about getting the key after, right? So 1,000 points. I'm doing it like this because usually I tend to skip something when I'm doing the math for them. 2,500 points to get that 4-star chicken. Then you're going to open the key. Then you need 5,250 points. Then you need 7,500 points. Then you need 10,000 points. And then you need 80,000 points. That is without a key. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to get down there if you're not picking the key. So this is just a left line, okay? If we're gonna go all the way down to the next part where we need to pick up the key, so we already picked the 500, we don't need to do it again. So it's gonna cost us the key 1,250 plus we have 2,000. It doesn't matter what rewards you're picking, you just need to select either this, either this, either this, up to you. And then you have the key for 1,000, okay? So basically to collect the first key is gonna cost you exactly 4,250, okay? Then if you wanna get the second key, so that's key number 1, key number 2, we have 4,000. That's what you need to pick, one of the 4,000, it doesn't matter which one, and then the key. So is 5,000 plus 1,000 equal 5,000, okay? Not bad. Actually, not bad to get the keys because you need 9,250 to get both of the keys. So both keys, 9,250. Then let's quickly do the math for the left line to get to the champion. So we have 500, we have 1,000, we have 1,500, then we have 2,500, then we have 5,250, then we have 7,500, then we have 10,000, and we have 80,000, okay? Which is the equivalent of 108,250, but you need a key. So plus 4,250 equal 112,000. Split at 4,500 is the equivalent of 25 sacred shards. Yes, it's not as cheap as it usually is, which is the equivalent of 22 sacred shards, but 25 sacred shards for a Leonardo, I think, is actually a fairly decent price comparing it with other hero pets, okay? I'm not saying it's cheap to get him, but if we're comparing this hero pet with other ones, it's fairly decent. Now, let's just say we're trying to get the soul instead, okay? We will skip the champion. So we're going to do it for the champion, and we're going to do it separately for the soul. So we have 112,500 points for the champion without the key. I'm going to put the first key next to that, and then we're going to move on to the other one. So total for the champion, we have 112,500, which is the equivalent of 25 sacreds. Now, I'm trying to get both of them, including the soul. So we're going to start this from the very, very beginning. So just to make sure that the prices are accordingly the same, yes. So basically, just to save some time, I'm going to do the total, which was for the champion without the key, right? So that's, wait. There we go. Minus 30,000, because the soul is 30,000 cheaper, okay? And that is 82,000. So right line, which is the soul, is 82,500 points, which is the equivalent of... Actually, no, we need to add a key, right? So if you're just going for one key and you're skipping the champion because you might have him already, let me just add the price of the first key, which is 4,250. This is going to be the cheapest way to get the soul, which is plus key equal 86,750 split at 4,500, the equivalent of 19.2 sacred shards. Much better than other soul hero pets that we currently, that we had going in the game. So that is actually pretty good. Now, if you want to get all of them, how much is that going to cost us? Okay, so let's do the following. We have the first one, which is 112,500. That is with the first key. Then we're going to add the price of the second key, which is 5,000. And then we're going to add the price of the right side minus the 500. So we do not add that 500. So that's going to be 82,000. And that is a total of 199,500 split at 4,500 is the equivalent of 44.3 sacred shards to get the hero and the soul. Now, let me just tell you one thing, okay? You might be seeing this type of videos. Go this path. Go this way. This is the best path. There isn't such a thing in this hero path, okay? It's straight to the point, very simple. 500, 1,250, doesn't matter left or right. It just does not matter. 2,000, middle, left or right, you get a key, and then you move on to the left side, you get a champion. You want to get a soul, you're going to come down to 4,000. It doesn't matter if it's this, if it's this, if it's this, if it's this. You get one with 4,000, you get a key. You move on to the right side, but you won't have to get again the 500 because this line will be open. And you're going to come down all the way here. And I just gave you the total. I think, personally, okay, I know 44 sacreds? So total for, let me just write it on the paper. Total for soul plus champion equal 44.3 sacred shards in terms of points. Okay, I think it's decent. I think it's decent comparing it with other hero packs. The reason why I'm saying it is because I thought that they will inflate the prices like to the next level. So while a lot of you guys might disagree, because let's just be honest, okay, it's still expensive. 44 sacred shards is a lot, okay? I don't have that many on my account. But the reality is that Gladium deserves props for not screwing us with the price here, okay? Because they could have done a freaking Roxanne, and that would have been horrendous. Just imagine if getting everything was like 55 sacred shards instead. That would have been crazy. And it might sound like, no, that's never going to happen. Well, it did happen with freaking Roxanne, okay? But that's basically what we have right here. I'm going to try to go for both of them. I'm really not necessarily extremely prepared like to this level. I will probably end up in purchasing this monthly pack. This is only one sacred shard. I have 28 sacreds, 21 voids, a few ancients, some primals. I will pray to the RNG gods that throughout the weekend, I'm going to get a few more shards from the clan boss. Quick reminder to all of you as well, if you haven't got anything from the bazaar, make sure you guys do it. I can purchase another sacred shard from here. That's done. I think my monthlies are pretty far off. No chance for that to drop in. Same with the Doom Tower. It's just not going to happen with this rotation because we still have 5 days for the new one. Then you need like 10 days to put your hand on one sacred from there. But hopefully the clan boss won't be too stingy this time around. I only have around 4,400 gems. Don't really have a lot of energy, but I will burn everything to try and get him. And if I need to open a lot of misery shards, these are 3 points, okay? It's not going to be a lot. But if I have to, I will burn some of them as well. That's pretty much it, guys, for this video. The best spots are the most obvious spots in the hero pack. There is no secret about it. I've explained you already. The cost is straightforward. You need the keys. And let me know in the comments down below. Are you going for Leonardo? Are you going to go for both of them? Or you're going to try to go for both of them? Or you're just going to go for the soul? As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love. And I will catch you all in the next one, which will be my freaking summoning video. Hopefully, I'm going to get lucky.